people's minds, like their bodies, must be a domain free from government control.
Who on earth created these marvelous delicacies?
The evil comes from California. Don't go. Don't go to California.
You did.
When I go to California,
Nothing really appeals.
I hope they change the menu before the next
Millennium.
Go on, Gotti. Here, boy. Go on, let's get out of here.
I hear the
This
traffic.
place stinks.
It's a continuation of cultural genocide and all the other efforts made by the phenomenal success of capitalism to shove its agenda down other people's throats.
Yeah, it's a war zone for me, and I'm in there to win the game.
This really great wave came and I yelled out, "Mine!" and took off down the face of it, and then the surfer just dropped in behind me and rode right over the top of me.
Sure, they're out to get us. They don't want us in the water anymore.
We see it as our duty to ensure that the beaches are kept safe.
Oh, well, they're called speed bumps, they're just lid riders.
That's ridiculous. There's no bloody way any of us are getting kicked off the beach, mate. I'll tell you that. Oh, these waves are for here for us to surf, mate, not for bloody these people tell us what to do.
Okay. My dad told me a story about my great-grandfather, Papa. He and Grandma lived well into their 90s on this farm up north, well, before retirement villages. And he was really tall and skinny, and had these really big ears and a really big nose, kind of like that painter, that US painter. Anyway, when he was my age, he had his own cartage business. And before dawn every morning, he would hitch the horse and cart and go off to work in town. I mean, it was hard slog, long week back in those days. So when he could, Dad said on Fridays after work, Papa would go to the pub in town, get hammered, pass out, fall down drunk, and then somehow he'd drag himself outside, haul his drunken frame up onto the cart, and just tell the horse, "Giddy up, girl or boy," whatever the fucking horse's name was. "Get out there, fella, and take us home." And that's precisely where he'd wake, with a throbbing head or with Nana whacking him, slapping him sober, she called it. Oh shit, that's Lee. That's right. Can you imagine if he tried to do that today? The horse would be locked up, the cart impounded, and Papa would be given a fine and counselling. Become a recidivist. I wish there was a vehicle that could take us home by slurring it. It probably is. But it's hideously expensive because of all the navigational radar and control systems. Needless to say, I'll have a convertible option, complete with a surround sound stereo and a CD soundtrack of a horse and cart, which means it has to be completely noiseless as well. And laws will have to be changed to allow a person to be asleep and drunk in a moving car on their own and at the same time legal. You know, I sometimes try to imagine the beginning of the century, last century when he lived. Imagine myself living then. I'd hate it, I reckon. I know how strongly some people hanker after the way things were, the good old days. But often it's only a certain aspect that they long for. If only it were that simple, take the good without the bad. Trying to make the past the present seems stupid to me. When I imagine the future, that doesn't look so great either. Politicians and the business communities, when they're not poking sticks at each other, they just don't have a real vision of a future for all of us. They can only see the benefits for themselves and their laws and theories just smack of the knee jerk. Nostalgia, eh?
We continue to exist in a narrowing canyon called conscious, walled in between awake and asleep, paying homage to an ever-growing nightmare maze of laws, regulation, moral dogma, and social behavior. This maze, our creation, seems to have taken on a life all its own, and now has us turning on each other. From primitive origins, the maze was built, torn down, rebuilt, and mangled, with divine approval of course, to suit the agendas of countless cliques and elites over many, many generations and cultures. Some had good intentions. Most, though, just concerned themselves with consolidating power and revenue while eradicating perceived opposition. But wanting to be remembered as being of impeccable character, swept their mistakes and lies under a dazzling carpet of righteousness.